Ready to go.
Okay. Um, so quickly, just want to, I don't know if you guys saw, our coach sneak peek is going to be this Thursday at 9 p.m. I shared the event page into our team page. So make sure you guys are posting about that this week, private messages, posting about lifestyle, and also just like some blunt posts too. Same as last time, we'd love it if you guys went live at any point from now until the event. Whether it's just kind of sharing your story as to like why you became a coach or like what coaching has done for you. Um, Anything about the programs, any of that type of stuff, I think is really good just to kind of hype up the group. So that's going to be this Thursday at 9. And it's going to be the same format, just a live event with the videos, and it will be left up if people can't make it at 9 o'clock. But tonight we wanted to just kind of touch on basically expanding your network and how we expand our network and just building relationships, because I think a lot of us, as we've been coaching, obviously in the beginning, for the most part, we have that warm market that your friends and family will join in and support you. So we have like awesome months, and then it's like, crap, the same people are liking my stuff. And we were just talking about this on the new coach call of just like the 5 things that make up us to post about. And I was saying that something that I started to notice, and I started to notice this every couple months throughout my business, is that I will have like no other interaction on my posts. It's like the same people are liking my posts. It's all coaches from our team, from other teams. It's all my current challengers. It's like I go to my posts to try and shoot out invites, and it's nobody new. Or I go to do invites and I have nobody, I feel like I have nobody reach out to. So basically what that says is 2 things. Either we need to expand, or I need to expand my network. And then I also evaluate just my posts in general, which is what, if you guys are having any trouble with like figuring out things to post on, like even Jess was saying, it was really helpful. The call that we just did, and Carl will post the recording. Just on like figuring out your 5 things to post on, I would definitely catch that recording, which will probably be up tomorrow. Because I think that was helpful. But so going through your page and just seeing like if there's pieces of the puzzle that you're missing as far as posting, and seeing, what did well and what didn't, but also that we need to expand our network. They say like the answer to basically every problem in this business is find more people, talk to more people. And you might hear that all the time. You might hear us say, well, talk to more people, talk to more people. And it's like, it's so true. That basically it's just, we need to just keep reaching more people. That's what this is. It's network marketing. So I just wanted to share a couple ways that I expand my network, and then how I build relationships, how I'll just message people non-Beachbody, if they say no to a challenge group invite, how I continue that relationship building to hopefully then invite them again. So I am going to share my screen quickly with you guys. I always do this wrong, so make sure you tell me if you can see my internet, right? Okay. So here is Flume. If you have not downloaded this app, if you have a Mac, you need to. And I believe there's a PC version. I don't know what it's called and if it looks like this. But so anyway, so we'll start with Instagram. Because I would say I pretty much primarily now expand my network on Instagram. The way that I do that is through Instagram. So I just wanted to show you guys this. I know we've talked about this before. Car has done a tutorial on it. If you guys wanted to, could always do a step-by-step call on how we exactly set ours up. Me and Car set up ours together, so they're set up the same. This is how Sam sets up hers. And there's a free 3-day trial that you guys can try it out with. And then it's actually pretty inexpensive. I was buying, it's like $10 for 30 days. So you can kind of test it out. There's obviously some cheaper options too. But to invest $10 in your business is nothing. It's worth it. You can write it off for your taxes. But I did one of the higher packages because it was just more efficient to do it that way. But so basically what this does, if you guys are unfamiliar, it pretty much will like, comment, follow people, unfollow people, based off of how you set it. So I set certain ways that I want people to be targeted, how old pictures are. So it's not like it's going to go and like something from a year ago. I put in my own comments. When you first set this up, there's like a list of generic ones that are like cute. And I know we've talked about this, how mine commented on a picture of like a butt or something, and that was not okay. So sometimes that happens. But so I added, and these were all cars. I just took them right from her. Just some generic things that will post comments on people's pictures. So you can add whatever you'd like in that. It will only follow someone if they follow me back. I think there's chat. I can't tell. Assless chats. Yep, that's me. So there I am. It was like because I hashtagged wine and there was like wine in the picture. That's why. So these are all of my tags that I have typed in so far. Every once in a while I'll go back through. But basically, I just have things that relate to me. Obviously, postpartum, kids, mom life, Starbucks coffee, bloated. I have thyroid issues, so I hashtag some of that. Trying to go gluten-free. You get the idea. So all of these tags is basically how my Instagrass will find people for me. It's kind of like having a virtual assistant that does the work for you. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's hard for me to go through hashtags, and this might just be an excuse, but to take the time to go through hashtags, it takes me a really long time. And it's like the hashtags that I think up like on the spot, I'm not very creative. So I think of like very generic ones that mostly are Beachbody coaches already. So it's like I'm going through all of these people's pages and they're all coaches, and it's just a big waste of time for me. So this kind of does it for me. So that's nice. I add United States and Canada for some reason. Sometimes it will still add people from different countries, but now we're going to be going international, so that won't really matter. These are, you can put in usernames. So like these are some of the people and blogs and things that interest me that I follow, that it will also kind of filter through their friends. And if we have same interests, it will comment on their stuff. It has a blacklist where like it will not comment on people who hashtag any of this stuff. So I put in, Beachbody because I don't want to target coaches. And, It Works, Herbalife, the BB Girls, basically anything to do with Beachbody. Yeah, it's very specific. And like, if you go into this on your own, like at first I was like, I don't want to do this because I don't even know what any of this means. I don't know how to set it up, but literally like just step by step, we were like, put this here. So if that would be helpful, we can always either just do a live video or do a call if anyone wants to do that. But, and then basically these, if you like put, for keywords, anything that has this word in it. Are you laughing at nude? Yeah. I'm like, I don't want no assless chat pictures anymore. And then if you put this star in here, it will blacklist anything that has that word in it. So if it was like, It Works rep or It Works whatever, it won't like anything to do with that. So I put in some of the blacklist there, and yeah, you can put like, if you don't want it to like naked things or girls or strippers or whatever, you can add all of that stuff because you never know. And then the really cool thing now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't target men because I don't know how to relate to them. I've never gotten it. Some people are great and they get a bunch of guys to join their challenge groups, and I'm not comfortable with it because I just don't know how to help them. So there's a gender now. So I just selected females, which is awesome. So no longer it will comment on guys' stuff or follow them or anything. Because sometimes my Instagrams used to comment on like dad's things, and like you'd be like a poor dad with like his daughters, and he's like, thanks. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so creepy. So this is awesome if Instagram is one of your main platforms. If you're trying to dive into using Instagram, I know I posted on Instagram a lot, but I never like messaged people or tried to expand my network. But I kind of got to a point on Facebook where I felt like it was just easier to expand to unknown people on Instagram because, yeah, I don't know, just for some reason it's not as weird. Some people are very protective on Facebook, like, you know, they won't share pictures of their kids because they're afraid of like creepers and stuff like that. But for some reason on Instagram, people will talk to you like they're your best friend, and it doesn't matter that you've never met them before. So this is worth it if you're thinking of diving into Instagram. So back to Flume, just to kind of show you guys. So a lot of these messages are people that liked my post, and I just messaged them. I'm going to show you this one girl who I had.
You can't see it, Ash.
Oh, you can't?
I think you're sharing your web browser or something like that, and not your desktop.
Hold on. See, that's what I always do wrong. Now, can you?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so this is a girl just recently from January who had liked one of my posts. My Instagram had followed her. I think liked and commented on a few of her things. She followed me back. So I set my Instagram to only following people if they follow me. And so I kind of filter through it too. I'll go through and unfollow people, but she looked normal. She has a son. She looked like someone who I would just want to be friends with in real life. So, you know, I just shot her the thanks for supporting me. Are you on a fitness journey? We talked about, she had a baby. Both our babies are like 6 weeks apart, relating over kids shows. So I didn't really mention anything about fitness. Let's see, it was January 9th when I messaged her until January 14th. This was before Flume, so I was really bad about my messages. So this is easier because it's so much easier when you're on the computer. So basically, I didn't wait for fitness to come up in the conversation. I had asked her if she was on a fitness journey, but we had switched gears into just talking about our kids and how they were close in age. I said, I love that name. And then I went into the, hey, by the way, since you're working on your fitness journey, are you interested in joining a group? She didn't respond to me. I went to her page. She had just posted about her chocolate lab. I grew up with a lab, so I asked her about her dog. So see how she read this and didn't respond to me. And in the past, I would have just ignored it. But now I'm like going back, and instead of being like, hey, are you thinking, you know, following up again, basically with fitness, I go in with just a normal relationship building conversation. And this would just even be an example of how to message someone out of the blue, that you like their page, talking about their dog. This was just going off of one of her posts that she had done, asking how old he was. So she went into that and then denied my fitness group invite. So she brought it back up. We talked about, she told me she was already drinking a shake of some sort. All of that good stuff. I tried to kind of throw in that Shakeology was not a protein shake, asking her if her shake was just a protein shake, asked her if she took a daily vitamin, and then I kind of left it at that. So then back, I think just last week, I just messaged like, how are you doing? Talking about the weather, whatever. You guys get the point. So then we just continued with a normal conversation. And then I just re-invited her and she hasn't read this yet. So we'll see how it goes. But if she says no again, I'm just going to keep talking with her. It's very easy to have conversations with people that you can relate to and that like you have things to talk about. It's not like I'm like, oh, I need her to sign up so bad. I'm like digging through her page to try and like message her about something stupid that I don't really want to talk about. So if you can find people that, you know, in her case, we both have young kids. We both like dogs. You know what I mean? Like there were things that we could relate on that we could talk about. And she was reciprocating through the conversation. She's obviously not just giving me one word answers. So it makes it a little bit easier. So that's just an example how I push past her saying no and just keep going as far as like relationship building. And so we'll go to this girl. I haven't responded to her yet, but so this girl, I found her page, obviously right in her handle. It has Hashimoto's, so she has thyroid issues. And this is how I came about talking to her. Hey girl, I love that I found your page as I'm trying to get my thyroid in order through diet. Also, how is it going for you? So that has nothing to do with fitness. I found her page. I saw that she's trying to go gluten-free, dairy-free, all this stuff. And so we've just been chatting about that. And then I just kind of threw in, saying that I try to stay as healthy and fit as I can. Are you into fitness? She talked about how she used to be. And then I said, I'm so thankful I have an accountability group. It keeps me motivated. Did not invite her, just talked about what I had. She asked about it. What does that involve? So then we started to talk about it, and that's where we're talking about Shakeology. And we'll talk more about a group. So those are just easy ways to find people basically. And so if you're not using Instagram, just hashtags, just thinking up hashtags. I have a set of hashtags that I keep right in the notes section of my, I'll go to my page. I can't see that I post under majority of my pictures. And it's just a saved hashtag section. Let's see if I did it in this one. No, that one I just did a couple. And so sometimes I'll go, I'm switching it up here. I didn't post it in that one either. This one I must have. Yeah, so here we go. So like this is saved in the notes section of my phone. And it obviously, you want to try and stay away from get fit, obviously no Beachbody hashtags, but like these are probably some of these things coaches will post about, but binge eating, revenge body. I love that show. Ate too much, overeater, love to snack, coffee, underactive thyroid, always late, in a funk, boy mom, mom and ain't easy, like things that relate to me that are not like workout of the day and, things that just coaches are going to see. Because if you're hashtagging those things, that's who's going to be liking your pictures are other Beachbody coaches or Advocare or It Works or whatever. But you can kind of go off of these. Like if you were to click on this hashtag, there's obviously almost 90,000 pictures just under this hashtag. You can kind of scroll through, see if one catches your eye, go to their page. So here's like a family. So I would just go to her page. Where is she? So I'm going to guess she doesn't live in the US or Canada because she wrote mama. That's usually like a English or a can't. No, mom, I guess sometimes. Usually it's English. But anyways, so this girl's cute. She's got cute kids. Like I would go through and just genuinely like her pictures, comment on a few, and then message her, oh my God, that cake looks so good. Like, did you make it? You know what I mean? Like it can be as simple as that. Or like, I love your lip color. who makes it and what color is it. Like those aren't weird things to ask people. People love compliments, so they're going to respond back to you. So that's an easy way to do it through Instagram. And then I'll just show you guys through Facebook, so a couple different ways you can do it through Facebook. And you guys know this, we just have to be more consistent with doing this, because if you're not expanding your network, at least if you're doing things in bulk, and say like Thursdays are the day that you expand your network and reach out to people or build relationships. Like you need to be doing, if you're only doing that one day a week, you need to be adding like 50 people that day or something. If you're doing 5 people a day, okay. But if not, you have to remember to do this in big quantities. So one way you could do it is just simply by like going to someone's page that you're friends with, going to their friends list. And okay, so she has privacy settings, so she won't show hers, but we'll go to, I would never do this obviously to Tiff's page because she's a coach, but let's pretend Tiff isn't a coach. She has almost 1,500 friends. Scroll down through her friends, people that are, obviously we don't have all these mutual friends with. I would add them as a friend. And so I do that a lot of the times too. I make sure they're not friends with other coaches, because most of the time they have been reached out to. So like this girl, for example, we have no mutual friends. I would add her. Then if she accepted me, I would go to my recent friends and start a conversation with her. And so if you're doing it off of people you're already friends with, you can kind of at some point in the conversation mention like, oh, I saw that you're also friends with Tiff Miller. How do you guys know each other? Like you can do things like that to get the conversation going. Or you can simply just start engaging on their page, because the more you like their stuff, the more they're going to see yours. And then hopefully they'll start to see theirs. So something that I do when I'm tracking, I don't write everyone down as I add them. I will go to my friends and hit recently added. And that's how I know who has accepted my friend request. And then I'll kind of go from there. Another way is through groups. So let me think of some of the groups that I'm in. I think I'm in some toddler groups. Maybe not, I don't know. I forget what they're called. But anyways, you would be, if you're in these groups, so you can find groups that just relate to you. So obviously I am a mom of toddlers. So I'll, find something like that. If you read books, there's a book. I think I'm in this Coffee and a Good Book group, which I'm not very active in, but there's a ton of people in here. There's 13,000 members. And, no sales link, no anything. So I don't post about Beachbody. I don't actually engage in the group. I used to think if I was going to join one of these groups, that's what I needed to do. What I will do is I'll go through the members and I'll add people. You have to be careful. A lot of these people are, there's Cassie, she's on our team, already coaches or network marketers. So you just have to pay attention to their intros and stuff. It'll usually say when you click on here, like right in the description of what they do. So how mine says like CEO Ashley, he look 4-star diamond Beachbody coach. So team Beachbody coach, Beachbody coach, Beachbody coach. So it's like if you go through and filter through that, but you can add people through that. And then have a conversation based off of just them being in the same group as you. So that's another really easy way to expand your network with people that you don't know. And again, just build a relationship off of that. Does anyone have any, there's some chat, questions or different ways that they expand their network that works for you guys?
I had a question about Instagram.
Yep.
So when it's doing everything automatically for you, like following, commenting, does it like show you what it's doing, or like how do you find what it did? Or like do you have to weed through all the followers or whatever?
So let me just share. I'll just show you my notifications really quickly. It doesn't show you like absolutely everything, but that's my messages. If you go to your notifications, so like here, she's saying thanks. So I must have commented on her picture, which we can go to it. Sometimes people are like, what's so great about it? Because it just comments on like weird shit. So I wrote yes on her soup, and she commented thanks. So
you don't get like a list of like what you're commenting on or like who you're following. You just kind of weed through it.
no, as far as following, like here it says this girl started following you, and then it's easier to tell on your phone. Oh no, so I wasn't following her. So that's what it looks like if you're following someone. So like, let's see if I scroll through. There's another one, smiley face, thanks.
I think there's a section somewhere on your phone where you can go to like maybe the settings or something where it can, where you see photo. Yeah. If you go to settings and then you hit photos you've liked.
Oh, okay.
You can see it there, but I usually just check that notification thing because I don't really care about the people that I've liked as long as they've reciprocated and responded. This is where you'd see that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and like usually it's actually surprising that a lot of these that my thing didn't follow a lot of these people back, but usually it'll say like following, and if it's like someone I don't want to follow, I just unfollow them. So then I'll just I just once in a while will go to the people I'm following and just kind of look and see if they're like a company or if they're just like a normal person. And I'll either keep following them and write them down so that I can make it a point to interact with them, or I'll just unfollow them. Because sometimes just like through the hashtags, like sometimes random accounts will just hashtag things because they think it will get likes. So it'll be like a weird company. Like for some reason my Instagram was following like 13-year-old girls. I'm like, how am I targeting 13-year-olds? All my hashtags are like mom and like coffee. I'm like, okay. So sometimes you have to kind of go through and be like, okay, do I have an account linked to this that's like maybe attracting this? Like I had Starbucks secret menu, and it was just getting too many international people and few people that were just not my target, even though I like coffee and they like coffee. So then I just erased that. So that's why like the free day trial is good to kind of test it out, or even like I think it was like $2 for like 4 days. And you can start it and stop it at any point. But yeah, it's been really helpful, not only just to get like my interaction and like my likes up, and so my page is being seen more, but just to have people to like reach out to has been better for me.
I also liked Instagram too because with the timing, like you think like 3 days or how many ever, I think I did the free trial for like 24 hours, but but I also like followed Sam's video. So I did 11 p.m. It would stop following and commenting on things. And then by 5 a.m. it would start again. So those other hours just like so it was basically like a 4 or 5 day trial instead of 3, like 24 hours. That was broken up. So that I kind of like that about it. But I don't know if it's changed since then with like the way it's set up and stuff because I haven't used it in a while.
I don't know. I always just let mine run for the 3 days when I did the trial. I never did like the start. I pretty much just start it and let it run, and like you'll get an email that says your like Instagram has expired, and I notice a drop in like people liking and commenting. So then I'll go, and so that's why I think I bought 3 months worth because it was like $24,
Oh, wow.
$10 for a month, so it was cheaper. The
You can-
year even is not that. What did you say?
You can set up, like, if you don't want it to comment or follow after, like, say midnight, you can block that time out if you want. I think Instagram is huge help. It's made my followers. I started it last June, and I had like 400 followers, and they were like high school friends in college, and now I have like 3,200 followers.
Yeah.
That's do again. Yeah. Car, you
that happened to me too. I started mine in Puerto Rico, which is in November. I think I had 700 followers, and now I have over 2,000. But you have to also make it a point to do something with those people that are following, not necessarily always following you, but the people that you're following back, like just to get Instagram, to get like likes on your posts and numbers on your page, like it might get your stuff to show up more. But if you're not taking the time to like reach out to these people also, then it's not worth it, because you need to be forming relationships with them, because they are complete strangers. So it's like, the ratio of getting someone to sign up is going to take you longer. You're going to have to build that relationship, and they might not join you until month 3. But if you're constantly in the, forming a relationship with them and commenting on their stuff, and like Cara was saying the other day, I'm going to start focusing on the people who already follow me and have been following me and form relationships with them, because why wouldn't I? Like, they've been following me for months now. And we're commenting on each other's stuff naturally. So now let's just like form, relationships so I can go in with an invite.
Hey, Taylor, I just read your message. I had to do the same thing when I worked at the hospital, because there was a huge policy about posting on social media. I think that as long as it's not offensive or something that could get you fired, it shouldn't matter. I couldn't post during my hours, which was really hard because I work 12-hour shifts, so I'm sure that you can't be on your phone either. I think as long as you don't give them a reason to make it seem bad, like you're not doing it during work hours, or you're not posting anything offensive, I don't think that it should affect your job. If that makes sense. Yeah.
I would block them.
They don't want them to be like, Miss Taylor, or whatever they call you, DeThorin, I saw you punching and kicking last night in your workout video.
Well, they try all the time, and I'm so uncreative. Like, when I made my Snapchat, it's literally my first and my last name. So I'll be like, oh, I think I found your Snapchat. I'm like, no, I think there's 2 people named Taylor DeThorin on Snapchat. You think I'm that stupid? And I'm like,
that's like Jackie. She's not Jakey. She spells it that way so that her students can't find
I literally always like,
I thought that's how you pronounce your
I always
name,
call her
Jackie.
Jakey. So I'm like, how do you pronounce that?
Yeah.
For the longest
Someone
time,
else said that to me. They're like, what's Jakey? Oh, it was CJ Grammy. What's Jakey do? It's Jackie. She just is a teacher. And
I know. So I feel like it's hard, because when I go like follow people or go like people whose stuff is public, like if they can't see my page, they won't click to follow me. But I don't want to make it public because I am a new teacher. So I feel like I have to be careful with the stuff that I post, or that kids being like too close to us outside of school can be bad. So I don't know.
Well,
I was thinking about making another.
I would focus on hashtags then, because I think if you were hashtagging like on your picture, like what I do, I just post it in a comment.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to at least see that post.
Okay.
And then maybe they would want to like request to follow you.
Okay.
I think for Facebook and Instagram, I guess, but if you go to like interest groups instead and like search for people through there, if you can like, where it shows you the friends list and it shows you like how many people are in the group. And then if you click recently added, it won't filter the Beachbody coaches and your friends first. It'll just show you the people who were recently added. And that way you can expand your network to people who aren't even from here, that you won't even like have to worry about having mutuals of mutuals of mutuals. You know what I mean? Is your Facebook, are your posts for your friends, or are they public? Just for your friends?
Yeah.
But I mean, at least they can see your profile picture.
Yeah.
And your description. If you don't have something in your description yet about like just like fitness coach or something, like they could see that.
Okay.
I would add that in there, and also into your Instagram. I don't know if you can see it on your Instagram anymore. You used to be able to see the bio at least, but
Okay.
Yeah. You should also message the girl who, I think the Jen Guthrie or whatever from the Beachbody Super Saturday video. You should message her on Instagram and be like, hey, like I'm a coach, I'm a teacher. I'm wondering how you deal with your students not finding you with having a public profile. I guarantee she'll message you back and like give you an answer. I would do that. I would reach out to her.
All right, cool. Thanks.
We're probably going to get kicked off. If anyone else has any questions about Instagress or anything, like you guys can comment in the event page or message one of us. But other than that, we'll see you guys at the sneak peek on Thursday.
woohoo!
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for
Have a
having
good
on,
night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.